Hello and welcome back to Destiny Global Success Tips. Happy New Year. Can you believe we are in 2026? I could not believe it. It's kind of crazy. And for many of you, I believe what's going to be your best year yet. So every year, this time of year in particular, people sprint out of the gate with big goals, big energy, but by February, they've lost steam. And it's not because they didn't want it bad enough. It's because they didn't start right or really know how to even start right. And so in this success tip, I'm going to show you how to start your year with clear direction that actually leads to growth. Because if there's anything I know most of us are sick and tired of, it's talking about the goal we want, it's talking about the life we want to live, but then never seeing it happen. So here's where I believe most people go wrong. They start with hype instead of habits. They focus on way too many things and they try to fix everything at one time. So inevitably, we say yes to too much. We end up stretched thin, confused, off track, defeated, tired, exhausted. And it's really important to remember that every time we say yes to something, we're saying no to something else. And if you're not clear, those little yeses will wind up costing you big time. They're going to wind up costing you your goals, your dreams, and you're going to become bitter and resentful because you've said yes to the things that don't set your soul on fire. So no fail formula for starting right. Number one, get clear. Your goals are your GPS for your life. So with specific coordinates, when you enter an exact address into your GPS, it tells you exactly where to go. So I want you to imagine if you gave the exact address, you would know turn by turn how to get there. But if you told the GPS, take me north, then you would burn time, gas, energy trying to figure it out. And your life is the same way. Nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. So when you can get very specific and very clear with where you're going, how you're going there, who you're going with, what the goal is, like so crystal clear. And by the way, this only comes through asking yourself questions. Where do I want to go? Like, I want to lose weight. How much weight do I want to lose? I want to pay off my debt. How much debt do I want to pay off? I want to grow my business. Is it my income? Is it my clientele? What part of my income? What percentage do I want to grow it? What dollar amount do I want to grow it? Like, I'm talking about the nitty gritty, the specific parts of your business that you want to grow, the specific parts of your debt, the specific parts of your marriage, the specific parts of your health. If your goal is based on travel, where do you want to travel? When do you want to travel? It has to be, because when you're not specific, when you're not very clear on what you want to accomplish this year, your brain can't work with you and it actually works against you. So it really is super duper 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 important that when you're setting goals, if you don't want to wind up like 80% of the population, that you're crystal clear, you're as specific as possible on your goal, where you want to go. The last thing I'm going to say on this is really simplify it down. I want to encourage you to not have more than one giant big goal that you're focusing on. Focus is your superpower. And when you divide your focus, you actually hurt yourself. And so you want to make sure your one goal, if think about this year, think about 2026, and think about if failure wasn't an option, what would be the one thing that you would need to do, the one thing that you would want to do, the one thing that come heck or high water, this is what I want to accomplish this year. Okay, so that's step number one. And arguably, it's really the most important, is getting clear. Because without this step, none of the rest of the steps matter. Step two is break that big goal down into daily action steps. So if your goal is to pay off debt, how much debt? $10,000 in this year, $5,000 this year, $100,000 this year. So how much do you need to pay off every month? How much do you need to pay off every week? What day of the week are you going to make that payment towards your debt? And really coming up with an action plan. If you want to pay off your debt, maybe you're going to cut out excess spending, things that aren't necessities. So maybe it's like, okay, I need to go through my bank statement. I need to see where I'm wasting money. I need to, how much How much money can I take back from places that aren't serving me and deploy that towards paying off my debt? If you want to lose weight, it's okay. What are the daily action steps that I need to be doing? And I'm going to tell you, break it down daily. Break it down daily. Most people never plan to fail, but they do fail to plan. And this is one of the steps that's not glamorous. It's not super like funsies. It's not like most people, only 25% of the population finds joy in planning. The other 75% is like, wah. And so, but this is a vital necessity. Again, nobody plans to fail, but people do fail to plan. So what are those steps? And then I put them in your calendar, write them down, add them to your to-do list, have them in a place where you can check them off. I can remember one year when my big goal was to lose 161 pounds. I was like, all right, I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat these meals. Like I knew before the day got there what workout I was doing, what time I was doing it, what I was going to wear to work out, having all the details figured out, setting myself up to success rather than expecting success, but setting myself up to fail, which is what I believe most people do with their goals. And so literally figuring out everything you need to do and then checking it off. When you set out a task to do and you're able to like check it off, do you know that it gives you like in a little endorphin rush? It gives you like a little dopamine hit every time you're able to like check it off and be like, I did that, I did that, I did that. And so give yourself those little dopamine hits. Check those boxes off with the activity that's going to get you closer to your goal. Number three. And this I believe is really important, is identifying what would stop you on the road to hitting your goals. And one of the best things to figure out what has stopped you, what could stop you now, is what has stopped you in the past. Is it watching too much TV? Is it giving up and giving in? Is it not persisting when things get tough? When the tough gets going, the going get tough. Well, when the tough gets going, most people just give up and give in. They quit. And so it's identifying what habits do I currently have that would stop me? What is currently a part of my life that has stopped me in the past that I need to get rid of? Believe it or not, being aware of your enemies to success makes you hugely powerful. It only has power over you when you don't recognize it and you're not on the lookout for it. When you're on the lookout for it, it's like, you know what? I have a habit or a track record of procrastinating and scrolling social media when I'm supposed to be working. So I need to be on the lookout for that, because that's going to I'm not going to allow that habit to keep me from reaching my goal again this year. Okay. The last thing I'm going to tell you, and there's so many things to goal setting. We just went over an entire hour and a half goal session at Creating a Dynasty, which is our advanced leadership training event that we do every single year. And we went through an entire goal setting, design your life, and all of these we talked about. And so the last tip I'm going to give you for really starting the year off right is to tell everybody and their brother and their mother about the goals you want to achieve. To get on Facebook and post it, to tell your husband, to tell your spouse, your wife, to tell your friends, to tell your church group, to tell your kids, to tell everybody you know, hey, this is 2026 and this is the year that I lose the weight. This is the year that I pay off my debt. This is the year that I go to Bali, that I go to Indonesia, that I go to Bora Bora. This is the year that I lose 60 pounds. This is the year that I write my book. This is the year that I make $250,000, or this is the year I launch my business and I'm able to leave my job, whatever it is. Because when you tell people about it, it activates your faith. It activates your faith muscle, because it takes faith to talk about what you're going to do. It takes faith to talk about and to tell other people about what you're going to do when you haven't done it yet. And the reason why most people won't do this is because they're using their fear muscle instead of their faith muscle. So tell everybody, this is 2026. This is my best year yet. Here's what I'm going to do. And if you happen to run across one of those naysayers, if you happen to run across one of those people that's like, oh yeah, and they're negative, it's like, the song, don't believe me, just watch. That's all you got to do. Use your negative haters as fuel for why you must instead of why you can't. And last thing I'm going to say is just plug in here to Destiny Global. We have success tips live every couple of weeks to help you stay on track. We have our live events in just over 3 weeks. We have our first live event of the year. We still have a couple tickets left available, coming up in Birmingham, Alabama. I cannot think of a better way for you to start your new year than to spend those 3 days live with us, being equipped, being rejuvenated, being in a room where iron sharpens iron and you're rubbing elbows with other people who are serious about hitting their goals. And so if you haven't heard about it, or if you haven't gotten your ticket, I really want to encourage you. I believe if you weren't supposed to be there, you would have heard about it after the event. I believe you're hearing about it now because you're supposed to be there with us. So happy New Year from all of us here at Destiny Global. And we can't wait to spend this year cheering you on and watching so many of you really, truly have your best year yet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.